Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton News Daily. It's Monday the 8th of October. Let's start with Olivier Giroud telling us everything we knew. He was very close to joining Everton in the summer. He's opened up about the transfer talk that went on in the summer. Said he was very close to joining Ronald Koeman at Goodison Park, but decided to stay at Arsenal because of his affinity with the club, and feels as though he's made the right decision, despite him hardly playing any football for Arsenal, but he's still scoring goals. I think it'd been a good signing for Everton. Not blessed with pace, but great in the air, tremendous hold-up play, nice touch, and knows where the net is. And I think Everton just haven't got the head around the fact that they didn't get him. I think a lot of Ronald Koeman's plans for in the summer were built around Olivier Giroud, and that's kind of left us rudderless almost in terms of our attacking player and the focal point that we wanted. And it's a pity that he didn't get him, because it would have, you wonder just what Everton would have looked like at the moment with Olivier Giroud. But it's something we've got to get over. We haven't got him. Whether or not we go back for him in January, you know, the stories around the thing say that this information that he's given out now has killed any hope of us getting him in January. I don't believe that to be the case at all. You can't very well say, I'm really disappointed that I didn't go to Everton, I wish I'd have gone, because it's only October, you know what I mean, and that there's games for Arsenal to play, and Arsenal are his employers. Now, I don't know if this carries on. He doesn't play for them at the moment. He's third choice at times. He was sub for France at the weekend. So, you know, it's impacting on him there. So whether or not, if Everton readdressed it in January and he decided to come then, I don't know. But, you know, it's interesting. He's opened up. And like I say, it's like we all knew, you know, Koeman was banking on getting him. He didn't. And it kind of scuppered the way we wanted to play. Arsenal, you know, the story going around, they're interested in taking Ademola Lookman from Everton. He was actually linked in another story in an exchange with Olivier Giroud. I'd be very, very disappointed if Lookman left Everton. I think it's too soon to see him go out. He's been here, it'll be a year in January. I'm not surprised the likes of Arsenal and Tottenham are looking at him. He's a lad with a lot of ability. There's some stories of unrest, you know, that he's homesick and things like that, but I don't think he's been here long enough for him to say that he doesn't want to put his roots down here and develop. So it could just be a bit of a non-story, but it's doing the rounds today, and obviously we'll always comment on those kind of things. Moving on, Morgan Schneiderlin has had his say on Tom Davies. He has told the Everton website that Tom Davies will be a fantastic footballer, a future star. Said he enjoys playing with him. Said Tom's very, very skillful, very strong, loads of energy. You know, and acknowledges that he hasn't played much this season, but, you know, said he was fantastic last season. Talked about him working hard in training every day, which is what you'd expect. And yeah, I agree. I think Davies is going to be a fantastic player. I think he is a fantastic player now. I feel as though he should be in our side more than what he is. You know, whether that be as a partner for Schneiderlin or Garner, or whether it's just part of the midfield, a make-up in midfield that Ronald Koeman chooses. But for me, Davies has got to be in our starting lineup, because he does bring that extra bit of energy that we're missing sometimes. I think him and Garner could be the key at the moment. I feel as though Schneiderlin is below his levels at the minute, and maybe we need to break up Garner and Schneiderlin just for now, till we get some sort of rhythm going, and give Morgan Schneiderlin a blow maybe, and let him sit on the side and reevaluate what he needs to get back to his level. But you know, totally agree with him on the Tom Davies front. You know, he's an important player for us. Looking ahead to the weekend, we go to Brighton on Sunday. Ronald Koeman's had some welcome news, fitness news. The fact that Phil Jagielka is back after injury. I personally will put Jag straight back in alongside Michael Keane. I think Ashley Williams is still rocky, despite doing okay for Wales in their World Cup qualifier. They won the other night. I feel as though Jags at the minute is playing, or what we've seen of him has been better than Williams, and I think at the minute we're just a little bit all over the place at the back, and they put Jags in alongside Keane and get a little bit of steadiness in that back four, you know. And it's, listen, nobody should be sure of their place at the moment, because nobody's playing well enough to be assured of their place. So, you know, Williams coming on, Jags should be back in when we go to Brighton on Sunday. That's my personal opinion anyway. The international games have gone on over the weekend. Michael Keane played for England yesterday and was on the, you know, the side that kept the clean sheet. We've got Wales v Ireland. Again, Williams will be in that one. That game is tonight. So, you know, some performances again, people being involved. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Ademola Lookman were involved for the 21s last week. So our players are dotted around. Davy Klaas and Stekelenburg were on the bench for Holland. So, you know, it is international time, and really the only thing I'm interested in is our players coming back fit and healthy for our squad. I want everybody back fit and ready to go for the weekend, because this weekend it's a massive game for us. You know, we have got to go there and win. It's a tough ask because they'll be tough to beat there, and our away form is shocking. Let's be honest, I think it's 13 away games allowed to win. We need to address that very quickly. And also just where we are in the Premier League, and we don't play till Sunday, so the chances are we could be adrift. You know, we'd be lower down the league, or certainly adrift of who we could catch. You know, we blew that opportunity to get into the top 10 by losing at home to Burnley. We can't blow this opportunity now going away to Brighton. You know, we've got to go there and win the game and drag ourselves up that table and get some form going, you know, as we move forward for the rest of the season, because that is what we need to do. So fingers crossed that all of our players involved on international duty come back healthy. Let Ronald Koeman and his team work with them this week, and let's get to Brighton at the weekend and win the game. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe quickly. It takes you a click of a button and you're done. Click the notification bell and you'll be notified every time we have a video out on YouTube. And why not join us on Patreon? Go ahead, it's good. I'll see you soon on Toffee TV.